Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shayla. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to be doing a little craft with me. Perfect for spooky season. I'm going to be making these cute little pinup girl pockets. So join me. Let's jump into it. Okay, so as I said before, we're going to be making these cute little pockets. I will show you what I'm using. You can totally use whatever you have though, and just kind of modify it going from there. And I'll try and give some tips on how to do that. But we're going to make, I think I'm going to make 4 of these together with you. And I did get these cute little pinup girls from someone on Etsy. They make printables. Not sponsored or anything, but I just loved the printables themselves, so I bought them. They are from the Paper Jukebox. I don't have it spelled out, but it's basically, you know, how it sounds, the Paper Jukebox. And I printed some of them out. When you get this file, there's like a ton, and I'll try and actually link the file in the description if you want this specific set. But they, there was a bunch of these. So I picked out the ones that I really liked. And then, when you do get the file, when you buy it from the Paper Jukebox, these are a lot bigger than what they are right here. Like this is probably like an ATC, kind of trading card size. I, actually had to manually import these images into Canva, and then I like shrunk them and made them smaller so they would fit for this project. But that's one of the joys of, you know, getting printables, is that you can kind of manipulate them to fit your needs. So I'm going to be using those today. I'm also going to be using these extra long flashcards. I found these while thrifting. I've had them for a while now, and I just fold them in half to make the pocket. If you don't have like the extra large ones, what you could do is just get regular size flashcards and then just glue one on top of the other, if that makes sense. So let's say this was like a normal size flashcard, and this would be a second flashcard, and you would just glue them. So that's an option too if you can't find like the giant ones. I think these are kind of an older style, if you will. And then from there, I'll be using some things like distress inks or oxides to make things look a little bit more vintage. I'll be using like some different embellishment pieces. And I have, you know, my glues here. Let me see if I can zoom you out just a little bit so you can see a little better. But my glues, you know, scissors, all that great stuff. So let's get started. Okay, first things first, I am going to fold these, and like for my example, I like how there is a number sticking out. So I'm going to pick one that has like one number. So like this is a 9. If I folded it this way, it'd be 54. We'd probably cover this 4 up. So I'm going to go with the 9, if that makes sense. And again, you can do these however you want. You don't have to use flashcards. You could definitely use like index cards. That's another good one. You could use like any sort of other kind of card. You could use envelopes and just decorate an envelope. The point is to just get crafting, right? So I'm just using my bone folder because this is kind of thick. And then I have her, so we'll go ahead, I think, and put her down. One thing I will note, so I like the rounded corners, as you can tell from this one. This is our example here. So I am going to use my rounder corner chomper, crocodile corner chomper. You can use any rounder though. And I'm going to round all 4 sides. Okay, there we go. And then I'm actually going to round these 2 sides. I want to keep these like kind of pointy, but these 2 I'm going to round so that way they don't stick out, and you know, it kind of sits flush, like you don't have a little corner peeking out. So there's that. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I actually like to cut a little notch, and you'll see in this one, I'll keep referencing to this probably, cut a little notch right here. And that is so that way you can tell when you put it on a page that it's a pocket. Another thing too, I will say, like this one I didn't glue down as a pocket yet. But if you didn't want to turn it into a pocket, you could just keep it like this and then put a little like paper clip and paper clip it inside of your journal. And then it's just movable. Otherwise you can glue the back. Like this one, I think I got some ink there. I'll probably eventually like glue it down, you know, to keep it just as a stationary pocket, but totally your call. So there we go. Looks good. I am going to now ink up all of the edges. All right. Hopefully you guys are getting ready for whatever season. I know it's kind of like this, it's like we're on the cusp of like Halloween. So some people are like, you know, make Halloween costumes or fun Halloween decorations. I kind of do, I usually make a costume, like either my costume or my partner's costume, but I definitely, this year I'm going to be a rock lobster, which is a really easy costume. I'm just going to wear probably like a red dress or maybe just like a skirt and a red shirt. And then I got like I thrifted a lobster headband. So I'm just going as that. It's super easy. And then I'm hoping I can get some sort of like inflatable instrument, like, you know, the toy ones or something. And then that will kind of seal the whole costume look. But my husband, I am actually making him an Oogie Boogie costume from Nightmare Before Christmas. So we'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous. I'm actually going to be starting on that today after this video. So we'll see. Okay. So we have that. I inked around the edges. I even inked inside right here, just so that way it kind of looks nice. And then let's see. I'm going to grab one thing. I was actually grabbing, so in this one, I've been using these little rosettes, which is what this is called. These are crepe paper rosettes. Don't ask me how to make them. You can definitely YouTube that though. I know there's plenty of tutorials. I've actually amassed some, just showing you what I have left, from someone on Whatnot. She sells these, like she hand makes these and sells these. And I thought they were just so cute, like little embellishment pieces. So I've actually been using them. I think we'll go with gray for her. I've actually been slowly just using them. So, and I think they add just a nice little fun piece, like a dimensional piece. So we're going to use these. Of course, you can use anything. You could use some fabric, some lace, you know, whatever trims you have. You could even do like a sticker, or you could even do like a circular piece of cardstock, you know, and put it right there, like a patterned cardstock. That would be cute too. So really the sky's the limit. Okay. So what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to see where I want it to go here, and I'm just going to kind of put some glue down. I am using the, if it'll come out here, Beacon 3-in-1 craft glue. It's kind of, if you're familiar with like Fabri-Tac or Fabrifix, it's pretty much like the same thing, I feel like. Don't quote me on that, but it seems, I've used both of those and it seems very similar. And it's slightly cheaper, so I gravitate towards this one because you get more for your money, right? All right, there we go. Super cute. And then now, so when I put her on there, it'll look like that, which is adorable. So I'm going to glue down the rest. And since she kind of is a little bit elevated from the end of the flashcard, I won't put glue all the way at the top. But But yes, going back to the costume thing, I usually on Halloween or close to Halloween, we'll have like a Halloween dinner. So I'll do, you know, I think one year I did like slime mac and cheese and mummy dogs. Which, you know, I pick simple things. I don't go like all out, but we just have like a fun festive dinner, if you will. And then I don't really make too many decorations. I mean, I do live in an apartment, so that's probably why, but I know some people like to decorate their yards and stuff like that. So, which I think is so fun. One of my good friends, she is amazing at decorating. And she decorated her yard this year as like Stranger Things themed. And it looks so good. She did such a good job, but she always does a good job, so. All right, and I'll bring y'all in just a little more so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I just cut is cheesecloth. Not the hair, but cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is it's a very good tool or texture element to have in your craft room. I highly recommend it. It's really cheap too. You can get it at most grocery stores. They sell it because this is what they actually use for, you know, straining out like when you're making cheese and stuff like that. I know some people use it, I think, for like spice packet things for soups and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just putting a little tiny bit of glue to glue this down because it's so thin. We're just going to put it in the corner here. There we go. And it just kind of gives it that cool little like element. And then now we can decorate it. I do have some little words that I've been putting on these. This is the Small Talk Snarky Tim Holtz. And it's just like full of like really cheeky, I would say, quotes and things. Which I think is fitting for like a pinup girl, right? They're like supposed to be sassy. Okay, so we need a little something. I do have this. I have stickles. Oh, you can't see that, but farther up here, I have like some stickles, which are kind of just like art glitter glue. I have a bunch of different color options there, but I also have some bling, which we might use. So like these are like little red pearl type things, but we could just put these kind of throughout. I feel like that would be cute. And you don't have to go overboard with like the decorating or anything. Okay, I probably should be using like my tweezers for this, but that's okay. Let me get whatever this says off. Oh, it's like stuck to it. Sorry, you probably don't want to see that. It's stuck. Okay, there we go. It had like a sticker on it. I think I can probably just... There we go. Okay. So yeah, it just adds a cute little element. So I'll add a few of those just for fun. Make sure I peel off that sticker part. Do one here, I think. Okay. And then I feel like we need a few on the other side too. But let me know in the comments if you're gonna dress up, or are you planning on passing out candy, or are you already thinking about Christmas or the holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate? I know that's kind of like, you know, while it is still the spooky season, I feel like a lot more people are gearing up for the like winter holidays, so, which is understandable. That one does need some preparation, I feel like. Okay, so there we go. We've added a few cute little baubles to that. And then now I think I'm gonna pick out a little word here. Let's see. Here, this one's cute. I'm gonna go with one with a white background just for some contrast. It says, sorry I'm late, but I didn't want to come. Okay, and then we'll chop off the edges here. And sometimes I have to cut them like in half or something, which we might end up doing for this one. Okay, so we could put like, sorry I'm late, and then like put down here, but I didn't want to come or something, or maybe right here. That looks good. Okay, and I'm gonna ink these two just to give them a little grunginess. I'm using the Vintage Photo Distress ink. Okay. All right. I can't tell. I'm like that looks good. Okay. There's that. Sorry I'm late. And then let's do the other part. And if you do follow me on Whatnot, you might have already seen these. I did actually make some for a show recently that I did, and it seems like everybody liked them, so I thought I would do, I don't know if this is really a tutorial, it's more like a craft with me, but you know, maybe it'll give you inspiration. Okay, there we go. It says, sorry I'm late, but I didn't want to come. And you have your first little pocket. Like I said, if you wanted to glue this, to make it into a pocket, you would glue starting right here, like at this curve. So here, glue down this, and then glue right here. And don't glue this part, just glue these two corners. And then you have yourself a little pocket. I'm gonna leave it just as is for now. In the event I just wanna like stick it on something with a paper clip. If you were gonna do that, you would just get a paper clip, which of course my paper clip is stuck on another paper clip. And then, you know, you could put it, like if this is your page, put it on your page and then just clip it there. So that way it's removable and you can use it, you know, all sorts of times. So there we go. We made one. We'll just set her up here and we're gonna make another one together. Let's see. Yeah, and the images I printed out, I made 3 pages of like smaller, because I did, like I said, I changed the size on them in Canva, which I find personally, like I don't do like Photoshop or anything, so I'm not very good at like resizing photos, but Canva makes it so easy. And that's what I use for like my thumbnails for YouTube. Honestly, it's very user-friendly. I'm very thankful to have that because I feel like some of my things wouldn't be as polished as they are without it. So, but yeah, I took the images that I really, really liked the most and I printed those out. But of course, then you have that file forever that you can use for your crafting. I'm pretty sure it's like when you purchase the file, it's just for crafting. You obviously can't just like print them and sell them. Okay, so we made that one and she's kind of red, so maybe we'll go with a different one. Maybe we'll go with her. I like her. She's cute. I'm just gonna take my chances and try and cut this myself. I don't know what it is, but I cannot cut a straight line to save my life, so. Okay. All right. It seems like it's going okay so far. Okay, that doesn't look bad. There we go. And then here's just like the other 2 pages I put together. I love her. She's super pretty. And then I like the Friends ones too. I think that's so cute. And then we have these. I obviously love the color green, so that was one of my favorites too. And this one's cute. It's like she's sewing a web. I don't know. I just thought that was adorable. So I have those 2. But there are other images that aren't even on there. It's a pretty big, like, collection, if you will. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to go ahead and round these. And you get the idea. If anything, you know, maybe just turn this on while you're doing whatever crafting you're doing. You don't have to do what I'm doing. That's what I do when I'm crafting. I will turn on, you know, someone I watch on YouTube and I'll craft. Although I will say, as of yesterday, I've been recommended by a lot of my friends to watch this show that came out like 10 years ago, you know, and it's like a cartoon, but it's called Over the Garden Wall. And I guess it's really popular because it is very like, it feels very like cozy fall themed. It's very cute. It's a cute little show. And last night I was watching Over the Garden Wall, and the episodes are so short. I was like, oh, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. I watched like the whole first season. There's only 2 seasons, I think. But I love it. It is so cute and adorable. It makes me a little sad that it'll be gone probably by the end of today. But okay, there we go. So I inked up all of the edges of everything. And then we're gonna pick out a rosette for her. And I know rosettes, like, people make them out of all sorts of things. I actually tried my hand at making rosettes, but out of cardstock, so they were like thicker. And I feel like those are more for like decorations, like hanging decorations or something. But okay, maybe we can do just like a black one for her because she's very classy. I think that'll look really good. So we'll glue that down. Okay. And then, so that's cute. It's definitely going to cover that up a little bit. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can put it a little more over the edge there. There we go. That looks better. It's still sticky, so I think it's fine. Okay. Okay, there we go. Much better, I feel like. And then now we'll glue her down. But you can do all kinds of things. I think this one maybe we'll go a little wild. We'll give her a charm or something. I feel like that would be cute. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there. Yeah, we'll give her a charm. I think she'll look so cute, the little charm right there. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my charm things. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I actually found some other things. I found this cute little trim. We might use that on one of the upcoming ones. I'm just gonna set it off to the side for now. And then I also got some of my like spooky charms. And I have some, what do you call them? What do you call these? Jump rings. I have jump rings off to the side. Okay, so let's get an eyelet to start. I have my little thing of eyelets here. We'll go with the black one just to keep on theme. And then I'm gonna get my eyelet tool, which is a crocodile tool. And this is where it comes in handy to not glue down your pocket right away, because now I can do this with ease. So let's see, we'll probably kind of want it at the top. And I put it at the top in case I need to like loop something to put the charm on, which I'm imagining I will. So that way it's kind of close to the top. Okay, there we go. And then we're just gonna set it real quick. So I love this tool because it punches the holes and then it also sets it all in one. But you can use whatever you have. So there we go. So we have that. And now let's pick out something. I do have like, I don't know what that is, but it looks kind of like cauldron-y. Of course, I have like more traditional type charms. What's this one? Oh, it's like a witch. That would be kind of fun. Now, this is the fun part, is picking out what you want to use. I have eyes. Don't need those. I have these. These remind me of Scooby-Doo. Those are Brad's. Let's see. I could do like a key. A key would be cute. What else do we have? We have a bat. Bat would be fun. Let's see. Do we think a bat's cute? I think a bat would be cute. Okay, let's do the bat. Because if I don't pick something, I'll be here all day. All right, so we have our little bat. It does need something. So I could do, let's see. I'm going to take one of my pens. This is my little, I keep my pens in here because I'm always like nervous my cat's going to somehow open my drawer and get into my safety pins. She totally doesn't do that, but that's just me like overthinking. Okay, so these are just gourd pens. It's just a type of pen, really. I think that's what they're called, gourd pens. I don't know. I've seen them called other, like multiple things, so but that's what I call them. All right, so then I'm gonna go in here. I think, or how does this work? Oh, I did it the wrong way. Right? I think it's like, okay, let's put the charm on first. And I don't know, I guess it should go like that, right? The back's looks like a back piece. Okay. There we go. And we have a cute little dangle now. Now I could, just brainstorming here. I'm like, I could just do a jump ring. Actually, like a jump ring's not going to look as good. Oh, and this one, you have this like cool little thing going on. Right? There we go. I feel like that looks good. Okay, so now we have a cute little charm. Very adorable. But we're not done. We're going to give her a little bit more. Because she's extra, right? And I'm going to use my cheesecloth. So yeah, I mean, like once you kind of get into the groove of making something, if you're making a lot, you just get like a little formula down. In this case, you know, I'm using cheesecloth, I feel like in all of them, but I really like the cheesecloth look. I think it looks cute. Okay, and then we'll put that there. Before I glue that down, let's see if we can pick out a word. I feel like hers, okay, this one I feel like is gonna go, because it kind of looks like maybe she's cooking, and it says, marry someone who can cook, looks spade, hunger doesn't. That's so silly. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna cut this in half here because I feel like here. feel like we should do like 1 and then maybe 2 and then do the, okay, we're just gonna go for it. Okay. Marry someone. All right. Is that even? That looks straight? Okay. And I could just leave it at marry someone who can cook, but we're not gonna do that. Okay, and then looks fade, hunger doesn't. Okay. There we go. Marry someone who can cook, looks fade, hunger doesn't. And she's cute. I feel like she needs like a little bling or something. So I'm thinking maybe we'll use this green. And I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper from my trash bin, which is right underneath me. And because sometimes I haven't used these in a minute and they do get clogged. So I like to test them before I put them on my project. This one seems like it's working well. Okay, and there is a method to these if you want dots. So it's go down, squeeze a little out, and then come right back up. So go down and up, down and up, down and up. That way you get these perfect little like pearls. And it doesn't take much. Now I'm going to put them around the bat, but I am going to be careful when I pick it up that the bat doesn't swing and then, you know, ruin it or anything. And the stickles are just like one of those things when you start doing it, you just want to like decorate everything with them. So you can, I don't know if you can actually go overboard, you know, but it is easy to use. It's an easy thing to use. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the charm so I don't ruin it. So there we go. The green definitely gives it a cool little element, and I'm actually just gonna set it down right up here, and we're gonna work on the next one. Okay. Where did I put they're right here. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more. Let's see. Which other one? I know we have this one, but I kind of already did a red one, so I want to do a different color. Maybe we'll do like the 3 witches. How about that? Or I guess they're not all witches, but the 3 ladies. Cut that one a little more. There we go. Super cute. All right, I have my next one. Yes, this one is also going to be an 8. That's okay. I don't know. I lost my bone folder, so this is what happens when you start crafting. Oh, it's right there. Okay. There we go. All right, cut the edges here. And also, if you didn't have like the pinup girls, you could use, I mean, really, like any sort of spooky imagery you have, you know, whether it's fun little book pages, I've actually, in my spare time, I've been cutting out, because my book stash is crazy, fun little book images that, you know, technically all the books I like thrift, I'm either using for the text in it, like if it has fun text or fun fonts, or I'm using it for the pictures. So I've kind of been trying to start, you know, getting the images out of them, because it makes me want to use them more than if I have to flip through a book and cut it out. So I've been doing that in my spare time to try and dwindle down my hoard of craft books. But okay, so there we go. Super cute. We're gonna ink around the edges now. I'm gonna move this one off to this. Well, I'll set it on top. Oh, and I actually need to cut that first. I feel like my intentions are to be a neat crafter, but it never really goes that way for me. I end up just having like my desk piled on with stuff, but so it goes. Okay, and there we go. Oh, I need to ink around these edges too. All right, so now we have that and that, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. We do have to pick one out here. So let's see. I'm seeing, obviously the blue is catching my eye, and I do have a blue. I feel like the blue's fun. Okay, we'll do blue. And crepe paper is just like that paper stream, those paper streamers you get, you know, like the roll at like a party store. So I'm sure you could definitely, I know there's tutorials on, they're called rosettes. So I'm sure, you know, you could make these if you wanted to. I'm just lazy, so, and I already have them in my stash. So I'm not going to learn how to make them today, but I'm sure when I run out, that might be a good learning opportunity for me. So okay, glue that down. Super cute. Love. Okay. I actually have a book that I thought, oh, you know, this would be cute. I think I was at the bins or something, you know, the Goodwill bins. And a lot of times, like, when they open up a line of books, you have people, a lot of people, like, resell, like, the books, you know, online and stuff, which is fine. But you just have to, like, be quick and grab things. And so I grabbed this Pinup book and I was like, oh, it looks cute. And I didn't really like super flip through it. And of course I got home and I flipped through it, and it is a little too risque for me to use in my crafting, unfortunately. Which I thought was really funny. I was like, okay, Shayla, you just have a nudie book on your shelf. So silly. Okay, I do have this. And I know I said we would use it. I feel like this would kind of be fun. We could like just line the bottom. I kind of like the bottom lined. I feel like that looks really cute. Okay. Or do you feel like maybe if we did that? I feel like that just looks a little weird. I could do this side. I don't know. I feel like I'm just cutting them off. Maybe we won't use this one this time, but we could use these little brads. I feel like one of these would be fun. Let's see. I feel like my eye is catching like these maybe. Or, so you need 2 of those. I don't know, I kind of like those. We're gonna go for it. And if we don't end up liking it, oh well. Okay. First things first, let's get the cheesecloth though. Where would I put that? Or you know, I also have this stuff that I haven't used. It's like mesh. I don't know if it's mesh lace or what, but let's maybe see how this looks. We could add just some fun scissors. This fun little piece here. Okay, I just have that, and I'm like, if I scrunch it a little bit, you know, like maybe the other way, like that. I think that would be kind of cute. And then we could put a little, okay, I have a vision. Let's try it out. Just a little dauber of that. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to hold it there for just a second. That way it sticks. Okay. And then we could put something. I kind of feel like now that I did that, these aren't going to work, which is okay. So maybe we switch gears here. Although I did really like those. And I have some flat backs that we can use to cut. And I'm just trying to cover up this little like piece right here. I could also use cheesecloth. So let's see if we have anything. Oh my gosh, the Oogie Boogie is so good. Look, that's so funny. That's what I'm trying to make for my husband's costume. And you're like, Shayla, why aren't you being anything from Night Before Christmas? Because making one costume is enough. I don't really want to make 2 costumes, so that one's cute. Okay, I feel like those are all too big, but we could do cheesecloth back up. So let me cut a little piece of this off. Okay, we have cheesecloth here. And we wouldn't need a lot, just a little bit. And that would kind of mask that so you wouldn't see it. Okay, I like that. Let me cut a piece of this off. Some glue down. And usually when I'm using cheesecloth, I just put like little dots of glue because it's so thin. And this glue, when it dries, like it kind of has a little bit of a shine to it. So obviously you don't want to see that come through your work. Okay, there we go. So that way you can't really see it, right? It just kind of looks like whatever. But we do need something here now to tie it off, to give it a finished look. What I could do, so I have over here, I have this is like my flat, mostly flat, like bling pieces. I know it's not bling, but it's, you know, it's like kind of flat. I usually like these types of things for covers. It's heavy, but like if you heavy duty glued it down to a cover, I think it would look really cool. Like, see, I have little flat pieces. Ooh, get that one. That one's really fun. I just don't feel like the gray goes with the, ooh, but that one. I do like that one. Okay, we're gonna put that off to the side. And then we'll very briefly keep looking. We have like that cute little piece. A green button. I don't know, that's fun. We have this piece. Okay, kind of like that one. I'll just have to snip that off. That's okay. So let me actually be right back. I'm gonna grab something to cut off that piece. I grabbed something to snip that off. So I'm basically just gonna like cut this right here. Oh, and that went flying. And then there are some sharp pieces, so I'm gonna take my file, just a nail file, and just try and sand it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that way, see, now it just looks like a flat piece. It didn't look like a charm. Which you could leave the hole on the charm and then hang something off of it, which would be fun. So then I'm going to take some heavy duty glue. This is Aleene's Ultimate Glue. It's not like, what is it called? Super glue, but it is pretty strong and it is smelly, which is, I guess, one indicator of how you know it's going to work. So I'm just going to dab that on here. And I'm actually going to leave it like that for a second because this glue, it says to leave it like before you glue it down to like, I guess, let it be exposed to air or something for a minute or two. So we're just going to let that get tacky, if you will. And while we're doing that, we can pick out a word or a quote for our lady here. You should see the side of my desk. It's terrible. Okay, so we have 3 ladies on this one. So, and I feel like the black background would be best. Okay. Why limit happy to an hour? I am fabulous. Who left the bag of idiots open? Okay. Okay. I like, hey, train wreck. This isn't your station. That's so funny. If you met my family, you'd understand. That kind of works because there's 3 like girls there. Okay. Oh, I like this one. Relax. We're all crazy. It's not a competition. All right. So I think this is good. I'm just going to plop it down. Boop. Give it a good little squeeze. Okay. There we go. So far, so good. And now I'm going to get, where was it? Okay, relax. We're all crazy. It's not a competition. Okay, got it. Perfect. And I am going to cut this one. I like the snarky ones. I will say they're a bit longer, which, you know, isn't really an issue, but I find that I do have to like cut them in half or something, at least for smaller projects. And then take my regular glue. Okay. Put this one here. It says, relax, we're all crazy. Alright, that's gonna, oh, I can't move it. Okay, well, that's fine. It's a little crooked. That's fine. Relax, we're all crazy. Should I just put it right there? It's not a competition. Or Yeah, I think I like it right there. Okay. These girls kind of remind me of like Scooby-Doo. I don't know if anyone is a Scooby-Doo person, but there was like the I don't remember if it was a movie or part of like a show episode where they go to like this castle, and it's like, it's pretty much like a Monsters High castle, if you're familiar with Monsters High, but you know, it's like all the little spooky girls, and I love that, like either episode or movie. I can't remember which one it is, but that's what this one reminds me of. Okay, so there we go. It has a little bejeweled moment. Very cute. I like that one a lot. Let's move that out of her face. Super cute. Okay, we have one more to make. So the last one, fold this way. All right. There we go. And okay. And then now I have to pick out one more, and I kind of want to use this trim on this one. So let me try and pick one out that I feel like maybe the bee would be cute with that one. Or maybe we'll do, we also have this one, the cat. Let's do the cat. We'll do cat. Okay, I'm gonna round all these, and we'll do a little recap. All right, there we go. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. I have to say, my favorite neutral, like Tim Holtz ink, is probably Vintage Photo. There's always a hot debate on like who likes which one, you know, like which one is the best. I think Vintage Photo is just like a classic, nice, grungy color. But, you know. And you could totally ink up more of this, but since that's only going to show, that's all I'm going to worry about. Okay. Alright, so we have her. She does need a color, which I don't have any orange, which I feel like would match well. I do have a black one, but I feel like we just did a black one, and I'm going to do black trim. So maybe we can like, we could do like, I know it's very random, but we could do pink. I also have blue. Blue's cute. I have brown. I guess we haven't done brown. What do we think? Okay, brown. And then I could use this. I feel like that's cute. Okay, we'll use brown. She's giving fall, so. Okay. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just glue her down. Ta-da! Okay, and then we're gonna add our trim. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it a little bit longer than what I need it, and I can always chop off the excess, so there we go. But I think before I do that, let me get my handy dandy cheesecloth. How predictable is this? I'm sure you guys are like, I'm not staying till the end of this. She's just doing the same thing. I don't know. I appreciate you watching for as long as you watch. Hopefully I'm entertaining. Okay. Ah, it's stuck. It's stuck on me. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of pull it to how I need it to be. I feel like if I did this first and then put this on top, see, it just gives it like a nice little element. I love it. All right. Okay. My husband's so sweet. He was like, well, he actually did it because I think like I have an older phone, and I guess like now with like the trade-in for the new iPhone or whatever, they'll basically give you like the best trade-in value or whatever. So he like got new phones, and mine gets here tomorrow. And of course, you know, I'm like, yay. I call my phone a chocolate bar because, you know, the iPhones, that's what they look like. I'm like, yay, another chocolate bar. But I am excited. So I don't know if like the camera will be better on it or what. I honestly don't know too much about it. He's kind of the techie person. Okay, and then just quick note here, since I am using ribbon and sometimes it's kind of thin, especially like darker, like lighter colors. I know darker colors will also show up sometimes. I just like to put like, be very frugal with the glue on this one, just because it can seep through the ribbon, and then you'll just see like you'll see like your glue marks on there, which I'm sure you don't want. So, but see, that looks good. Okay, we're gonna cut off the extra. Okay, there we go. And we're not done. We need to do, I feel like maybe we could put something right here to either cover up that skull or just, you know, do something fun with it. I have a whole little body in here. Let's see. Looks like I could do another charm moment. Like a key. I don't know. I don't really like that. I do have like little spiders. I have an idea. So I'm going to use, this is actually a shank button. A shank button's the one that has the little loop. A flat back button is the one that just doesn't, you know, that has like the little holes in it. But you can turn them into flat pieces using your jewelry like wire cutters. So I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. I think I got it off. And then same thing, I'm going to take my little, this might get a little tricky because it's so tiny. Maybe if I just rub it back and forth on here. There you go. It kind of filed it down, so we have that. And I think I'm just going to put a little Spidey right there. Maybe we'll do two. I'm going to just glue it with this. I think it'll work and be fine. So we'll do one here. Okay. And then maybe we'll put, because we still have to put a little quote or something. So we have a little Spidey. That's so cute. We could like, I do have these eyes. We could get a little goofy with it. Okay, I did that and I was like, no, it's too much. It's so funny. Okay, no to those. We just won't use those. I don't think it's the right type of craft project for those. Okay. We'll do some stickles on this one. We don't have to get super weird with it. Okay, and I do need my words. My words. I'm gonna use one with a white background this time. What do we think she's saying? Like one of these thinner ones here. Ooh, I like the, I have absolutely no desire to fit in. That's cute. Okay. All right, so I just chopped that, and I think we're just gonna put it like right here. I feel like that's cute. And I'm gonna do a little tiny inking on the sides. All right, perfect. There's that, and then I'm just gonna put it right here. Okay, there she is, but we're gonna add a little bit extra. I'm gonna use these, like, what do you call these, golden stickles, if you will. Let me get another scrap piece of paper. I'm just fumbling here through my trash. Is this something? It really doesn't matter what it is. There we go. Okay. Okay, I have a little something. We're just gonna test it out first. If it is ever stuck, I just use like a little pin, kind of like my glue. My glue has like a little pin. I'll just use a little pin to get whatever clump is out of there. Yeah, see, and this one looks like it's gonna be stuck, so let me declump it and I will be right back. I think I've declumped it. Let's see. So we're just gonna add, I love the sparkly ones. I think they just add so much. Oh, we're stuck again. Okay. I think that's good. Maybe just one by the spider. Okay, perfect. You could just keep going with these. But there is that one. She has her little sparkles. Very, very cute. All right. Well, that is it for today. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope you made something wonderful. Definitely check out the paper jukebox. That's where I got these printables from. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a good spooky season, and remember to always stay crafty. Bye.